Hey there, welcome back to the channel YouTube. My name is Larry, and today we are going to take a look at Hasbro's Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Metallic wave of figures. These are Hasbro Pulse exclusives, and they finally shipped out. I got these in a couple days ago, and today I wanted to go ahead and take a look at all four of the remaining, well, close to remaining figures, because they have yet to announce a White Ranger. Pink they had released some point earlier in the year. I do have her. We will bring her out for the comparison later. But today we are going to look at the next four in this wave, which is Black Adam, Blue Billy, Yellow Aisha, and Red Rocky. So let's get into these guys and see what they got. And here we have all four of the new released metallic Mighty Morphin Power Ranger figures in their glory with all their accessories. And yeah, I know, I skipped the box look. We can do that real fast with one of them. As you can see, it's got a nice glittery motif done on the artwork. But it's pretty much the exact same artwork that's on the regular one, except for a lot of extra glitter and shine. You got your nice render with all the same warnings and stuff on the back. And of course on the bottom. But there's really nothing really all that new with the packaging. So I figured I'd kind of speed things up a little bit today and try to go through all these figures. Now when I first got them out of the box, I have to say, these things are beautiful. The pearlescent white on the paint and also on the certain plastics that they got on this, or on all these figures, are just fantastic. And it does look like they have fixed some of the problems that we had with the initial release of some of these figures regularly, the normal versions of these figures. Case in point, the Red Ranger's helmet, which we'll get closer into the when we do a comparison of the initial figure with this one. But anyone who's familiar with the original release of the Red Ranger figure, the helmet was a bit more flat around the sides. This is definitely more rounded and definitely looks closer to what we got in the show. So with him, we're going to go ahead and go over some of the articulation, which is per standard with Lightning Collection figures. You got your ball joint on the head, and got a little bit of a tilt there. You can look down, not too far. You got your butterfly hinges here at the shoulders, which is really tight on his left arm on this one, unfortunately. Like super tight. So I may have to get some heat and put on there. There we go. I got it moving now. Kind of don't want to accidentally scratch the paint. You got your hinge also here at the shoulder. You got your bicep cut or bicep swivel. You got your double jointed elbows. You have your turn at the wrist and hinge at the wrist. You got your waist rocker here and your ab crunch, which is again really tight on these figures. You got your ball joints here at the hips. You go up and down, back. You got your thigh cut or thigh swivel, however you want to call it. Double jointed knees, and like per usual, most of the time these knees are super tight to get done. Yeah, you got your boot cut. There you go. You got your ankle tilt. And, of course, your ankles can also rock side to side. Now, let's take a closer look at the paint job on this guy. Oh, my God. Look at the plastic. Look how shimmery these are. I mean, it looks like, supposedly the helmet looks like a piece of candy. It is not. Do not put these in your mouth. Please don't. You'll ruin them. Don't do that. But look how pretty these are. The paintwork on this guy is really nice. There's a little bit of mess on around the gloves, but I do like the kind of paint they've used on the parts that they couldn't mold in plastic. I think it matches really well with the pearlescent white on the actual boots and on the hands, and also the belt. Now, a little history on the metallic Rangers. This was a special like armor that they got in season 3 to help battle monsters, the more powerful monsters, which was an interesting take. Hey, let's just make shiny suits. And I wish I had some of my original metallic Rangers I had from back when I was a kid. I do not. Those were just all vac metallized chrome. But I really dig this. I think even more so than what we got originally. Look at that. Oh man, look how pretty that is. It just looks gorgeous. And again, I cannot say enough about this helmet sculpt. They finally got it right. I hope we get a re-release of the standard red, or maybe some way of replacing those standard Red Ranger helmets to go, look better, or some kind of pack or something. Probably won't. Probably be more likely a re-release. Probably hopefully with better human head sculpts. Let's go ahead and take a look at Rocky's accessories. First, we'll look at his civilian head, which again definitely looks a lot closer to Rocky than the one we got for Zeo Blue. I mean, especially in those early seasons of season 2, season 3, with how his hair was. But I think this looks a lot closer to Steve Cardenas than the first one we got. So kudos on you guys at Hasbro for this one. I think y'all did a real good job on him. Alright, and we'll go ahead and take a look at what he comes with. Here he goes. Got his standard blade blaster. Man, I can't speak today. Which is, per usual. Got the little bit of white paint. And that's really it. Nothing else. Just in gun mode. Alright, and we got his extra pair of hands. Which this time, he actually has a full, a full set of fists. If you can believe that. So I think that's the first time we've actually got a full set of fists for a Ranger out of this whole line. For any Ranger, because there's always been one kind of weird posing hand and then a fist. We're going to take a look at his weapon. Now, this is probably the most disappointing part, is that on my sword, my power sword for him, has a little bit of messy paint on one side. The gold is not applied all that well. So that's the only negative. But you can see it's casting that same kind of translucent type of almost metallic plastic to match with the figure. Nice silver on the blade. Nice edge detail. Black on the handle. But like I said, this one side here is super messy. The other one's not too bad. A little light on some areas, but it's still pretty good. And got a blast effect for his sword. Nice lightning effect. I can't remember which other Ranger we got, or Ranger figure we got with the same blast effect. I think a couple villains had this same sort of effect, but different color. But this one's kind of a little bit of metallic in it. The light reflects off it real well. And of course, if anyone's familiar with the pink metallic figure we got before, they all come with Zeo Crystals. And Rocky here comes with the Star Zeo Crystal for red. Now, people might be like, but wait, Rocky didn't get that stone. He didn't get that Zeo Crystal in the show. Well, he did when they first broke it apart and they tossed it into the time vortex. Now, when they went back after it, Billy was the only one who didn't go after it, but Tommy didn't have one to toss in. Because, with the age thing, Billy couldn't. But we can go back into that stuff. And there's other people who do better history of Power Rangers videos than I can go back into. But we'll go ahead and take a look at Aisha now. Now, we're not going to go back over to Articulation, but, I mean, we can a little bit because this is the only other female one in the line. So we can take a real closer look. But look at that. Nice metallic yellow. Got a little bit of weird paint on her helmet there, but you can barely, a little speck there. But look how pretty she looks. Oh my god. And we will go over her articulation. It is a little bit different than the men in the group. So, you know, the head's still the same. It's got the ball joint with the hinge at the neck. So you can look up and down. Got nice range of motion. You can get a little bit of tilt there. She still has the butterfly joints in the shoulders, but just like Rocky, it's really tight on her. So there we go. Because I just got these out of the package, so I haven't been able to move them. You got your hinge at the shoulder. Now, like most female figures in the line, she only has a single jointed elbow, but there is no bicep cut because the swivel or bicep swivel is actually technically at her elbow. So you get an elbow swivel here. Okay, you got your same twist at the wrist and your hinge at the wrist. Still got the rocker here at the waist, and there is a hinge at the waist, but it is really tight on her. There we go. I'm starting to get her loosened up a little bit. Yeah, you still got your same ball joint at the hips. Got your thigh swivel, which again really tight on her. Double jointed knees. Double jointed knees. You got your boot cut, boot swivel, and of course your ankle tilt and ankle rockers per usual. I'm trying to make sure I don't screw up what side her elbow was on. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, look at it. Just again, like the paint and the plastic, the metallic flakes in her are just really nice. It's kind of a semi-translucent yellow with all that nice metallic features in it. I really like that a lot. Now she comes with, of course, similar accessories as she normally would. Now let's just go ahead and take a look at her civilian head as well. So this is our second Aisha head, and look at this. Look at those braids. The detail on that. That is insane. Oh my god. This is just beautiful. I love this. Can't wait to pop the helmets off and put these on. Oh my god. This is just fantastic sculpt. Fantastic paintwork on this. Really good work on this Hasbro. Kudos on that. And go ahead and take a look at her hands. Now she has the more posing hands. She's got the little karate chop for her left, and this kind of tiger pose for her right, or a loose grip hand, I guess you could. But it's more like, you know, the little tiger claw-looking pose that she would use. So that's a bit different. Of course, you know, same kind of blade blaster. Very simple. We're not going to go over too much with this because it's the same blade blaster pretty much for all four figures. Now she has a bit of a different blast effect for her daggers. Just one instead of one for each. And we've gotten this one for our other weapons, I believe. We got this one for Zeo Blue had this one, I think, first. But same, you know, got a little hole there. You just kind of put the blade in. And I think that works real well. But speaking of her power weapons, she does come with her two power daggers. And again, like Red Ranger's power sword, they're cast in similar metallic plastic as the figure is cast in. All you got really is this little bit of silver paint. So there's not a lot of extra detail on them, but they still look real nice. And of course, we have her Zeo Crystal. Now, like I said, pretty much pink, black, and yellow are the only ones that have the actual correct, you know, for the actual characters for the most part, even though Aisha does not come back for Zeo. We can take a closer look at her crystal. It's in that kind of white, translucent, semi-translucent plastic. But you got the little ovals there if you can really see it. I think it would have been really hard to do it like close to how the show actually was. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at Billy here. And again, look at that beautiful plastic. And I'm not for sure. I haven't gotten out my normal version, but it looks like they changed a little bit of the sculpt on his helmet as well compared to the original release. I think it's a little bit longer or taller, which Makes it fit a little bit better. Doesn't feel like it's as squat. But look at that. Oh my god. That looks so pretty. But we're not going to go over his articulation, but I just want to kind of get a closer look at the figure himself. These guys, they did a really good job on the paintwork on the bodies themselves. Very minimal little mess ups. Like right low right there. But that's fine. But look at that helmet. Oh my god. Just this body just glows. Again, fantastic job on that. And we're going to take a look. I think we'll skip the Blade Blaster. We're going to look at his fist. And he, just like not Jason, that's like Rocky, he has a pair of fists, which is interesting that he actually gets a left and a right fist. We'll go ahead and look at his human sculpt. So this is the second Billy head we have. And this is him without his glasses because around like maybe late season 2, early season 3, he finally started wearing contacts. So he wasn't wearing his glasses nearly as much. Try to get this closer to the light. There you go. So, but I really think this looks a lot like David Yost. A lot more so than the one with glasses. A bit more of a stern look on him. But I think they did a really good job. A really, really good job on that. He got his... Of course, he gets... Because he's Billy, and his weapon typically separates. You got his standard fully assembled power lance. And that same metallic blue plastic with a little bit of silver accents. And then you got the separated version, which is typically used for the power blaster mode, which I'm pretty sure we will still be able to use, which we will definitely test out when I bring out Pink back for the rest of them. And of course, he has a different blast effect or effect piece than what he usually comes with. The normal other version of him came with a kind of electric effect. This one's kind of more of a swooshing effect. So you kind of just wrap it around, sort of like that. I don't think that works really well. I might have it on upside down, but I guess it really doesn't matter. There's no real instructions on which ways these are supposed to go. Just kind of wrap it around and get it to fit. And that usually works. Alright, and then last but not least, we'll take a look at Adam. Oh wait, we didn't look at Billy's crystal. I'm so sorry. And of course, Billy has the... Because he's blue, he comes with the triangle shaped Zeo Crystal. Of course, in that same kind of semi-translucent plastic. Now back to Adam. This is our second Adam figure. Third Black Ranger figure. Now, I don't think they've done much different with this head sculpt for the helmet. But, man, I think he really pops. Sure, the metallic kind of makes him look more of like a gray. A little bit. Or a gunmetal, maybe. Which I'm fine with. I think he looks fantastic. I mean, Jesus. But yeah, again, we're not going to go over the articulation because it's the exact same articulation that's on red. And we don't want to waste all that time on that. But yeah, very nicely done. And of course, we're going to take a look at Adam's head. And I don't think this is too much different from the Zeo version. Maybe a little bit of a different sculpt. You can see the hair is actually a separate piece that was glued down on there. Probably so they can get a better sculpt. Get that better dynamic hair that we got from seasons 2 and 3 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. But that definitely looks like Johnny Young Boss. And I mean, they've been killing it with his head sculpt. I don't think they failed yet so far. Both heads we've gotten so far have looked exactly like him. So we're going to get his hands. Now he's got couple kind of martial arts posing type of hands. Kind of like, I guess he's trying to make claws, even though with the metallic armor, technically he's supposed to be a frog, so I don't know. But, you know, again, that same semi-translucent, pearlescent white plastic. These look really nice, though. I do like these hands a lot. just the type of plastic they use. And of course, you got his Zeo Crystal, which is the rectangle. And again, it's in that same semi-translucent plastic. Oh my god, this video is running forever. And now you got his power axe, which, like the other two Black Ranger releases we got, it does slide down to make the actual axe. When it came in the package, it was in gun mode or cannon mode, but at least with this one, unlike my normal release Zack figure Black Ranger, they actually did paint the blade on this one. My one release did not have that painted, but I don't remember them painting the trigger. Actually, I don't remember. I think the trigger might be a new thing. I have to look at my other ones. I don't remember. But yeah, you got that. But he also has pretty much the exact same blast effect, but a different color that he's come with the other two releases of the Armored Black Ranger and the standard Mighty Morphin Black Ranger figure. But yeah. So yeah, that's that. So we'll get out Catherine and we'll see how she looks with the rest of them. And here we have the new 4 Metallic Rangers next to Catherine, who was our first release in the line, all holding their helmets and their Zeo Crystals. And hopefully soon we'll get some kind of an announcement for a white Metallic, because he is the only one we are missing. No Mighty Morphin white Metallic as of yet. But sure, we have all the pieces of the Zeo Crystal, so do we really need him? Of course we do. He is the leader of the team from Season 3, and of course, you know they're never going to pass up a chance to make another Tommy figure, and we will buy it. Especially to complete a whole set. So I'm doing this video a little bit differently. What do you think of these guys? I mean, you can still get them currently on Hasbro Pulse, even Pink Metallic. She is not sold out. I will put links in the description below. And, I mean, yeah, just looking at these guys, these are beautiful figures. And these are definitely, if you're a Mighty Morphin fan, you have to have these in your collection. They are just, by far, some of the best looking figures in the whole line. And I definitely think you guys should pick these up. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and comment below what kind of figure lines you all like to collect. Mine's mostly Power Rangers, sometimes little odds and ends. Until then, see you next time.